Hi everybody, welcome back again to Chemistry Online classes. Today we're going to start with the chemical formulation of oxides, okay? We have seen the hydrides and today we're going to start with oxides. The oxides are compounds made of oxygen that join to another element. We can have a metal and oxygen or a non-metal with an oxygen. Remember, we consider metals, metal and also semi-metal, okay? So, in the oxides, remember, and all the chemical formulation, the valence or the oxidation numbers are interchanged. So, in the case of, for example, this formula here, the oxidation number of the oxygen is 2 and the oxidation number of the sodium is 1. And both are exchanged, so the oxidation number of the oxygen go with sodium and the oxidation number of the sodium go with oxygen. The same as in the non-metals, in this case the carbon dioxide, okay? What happens here? That the oxygen contains the oxidation number of 2, but here we don't have a 2. What does it mean? That the carbon is 4 in this case, and we have 2 here of the oxygen and 4 here of the carbon, and we simplify it and we have 1 in oxygen and 2 of the carbon, okay? Remember, every time that we need to simplify, okay? Oxygen always is going to act with 2. So if here we have a 2, that means that the carbon contains another one. In this case is number 4, okay? So let's see it. The oxygen, remember, the valence is not the same as the oxidation number. The oxidation number is -2, but remember that we are going to take the number in the natural way, okay? Without sign, positive or negative, just the number 2. So in oxides, the oxygen is going always to act with number 2. Now, if you remember, when we start seeing the hydrides, we saw the UPAC nomenclature and the stock, and also the common names with some ones, okay? Remember the ammonia or the methane. But what happens in the oxides are easier. Oxides, we are only going to name it with UPAC. We don't have stock, we don't have common name, only with UPAC, okay? In the case of oxides, only UPAC is used. And UPAC, in this case, is related with subscripts, okay? En Spanish, los subíndices, no los números de oxidación, ¿vale? So, subscripts and valence, or the oxidation number, must not be confused. In this case, iron oxide. Here, we need to have a 2 for the oxygen. But if we don't have any kind of number, that means that the iron and the oxygen are acting with the same number and we simplify it. So, what is the subscript here for the iron? 1, okay? And remember, like in maths, we don't put it. And in the oxygen, the subscript of the oxygen is also 1. What happens with the valence? The valence of the oxygen is 2 and the valence of the iron is 2. And we simplify it, and that's why we have this formula here. Then let's see another example. The subscript of the iron is 2, but what is the valence or the oxidation number of the iron? 3. Remember, the oxidation number are exchanged in position, okay? And here, in the case of the oxygen, the subscript is 3 and the oxidation number is 2. Okay? So you need to differentiate between subscript and valence, or oxidation number. So, let's see again the differences. Okay, the subscript or subíndice in Spanish is the number next to the element. Okay, here 1, 1, 2, and 3. But the valence is the original oxidation number. In the case of the iron is 2, in the case of the oxygen is 2, in the case here of the iron is 3, and in the case of the oxygen in this formula is 2. Well, once we have seen these differences, let's go to the next step, how we name the oxides. Okay, here you have the formula of the UPAC nomenclature. First of all, numerical prefix. then the element, then again numerical prefix, and the word oxide. Remember, here you have the numerical prefixes that we are going to use, but in the case of the oxides, mono are not used, okay? In all the oxide, the prefix mono, we are not going to use it. So, for example, this formula here, let's see the rule. First of all, numerical prefix, mono, in this case is 1. We need to use mono, but what happens? Mono is not used, so we don't use anything. Then element, first of all, what is the first element? Iron. Then numerical prefix 1. Mono is not used, so again, the word oxide. Iron, oxide. Let's go with the second formula. Numerical prefix D. Element, iron, D, iron. Numerical prefix 3, and the word oxide, trioxide. The iron trioxide. Other one, D, manganese pentoxide or pentaoxide, okay? I don't mind. And, for example, another one, it could be monocarbon dioxide, okay? Monocarbon dioxide. But what happens? Remember, we don't use the prefix mono, so carbon dioxide. The oxide nomenclature is very easy, okay? You can follow the subscripts and that's it, okay? And then at the end, the word oxide. These compounds are very easy. You are going to do it very well. I don't have any doubt. But as always, if you have any kind of doubt or problem, please ask me and I will answer as soon as possible with mail or with Meet or whatever you want. Okay, so hope you understand.